Deep inside, you wanna cry.
Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
Deep inside, you wanna cry.
All right, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? I am Pamela Wood, and you are watching Social Hour. I'm here with JoAnn Fields. Everybody knows her. She is a community activist, a community leader, and a journalist in San Diego, a photojournalist. She is here today because she is upset about the way the last election went, and she has some words for you. So this is our rant, her voting rant.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Pam, and thank you for keeping the social hour going. And I know this was a dream of yours that has come to fruition, and it has evolved to something that's really great and needed in our community. And as far as the election, not so much upset, only because I know I did everything that I could do.
Mm-hmm.
I registered my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I know they went to the polls because we voted by mail.
Mm-hmm.
My community, my network, I pushed just
Right.
like this election. So even though the outcome wasn't something that I wanted, I know I did everything I could do to my ability. Fast forward to this election.
Whoa.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We cannot depend on others to vote and speak for us. And so that's why coming here on the social hour and having this platform with you, like we were talking the other day, you know, it's not so much what we can't do, it's what we can do.
Absolutely.
And we can register folks to vote. We can go tomorrow, Monday. We don't wait till November 6th. November 6th is actually the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have your ballot, you can drop it off. There's different locations at the library, certain libraries, and of course the Register of Voters office at 5600 Overland Avenue.
Okay, let's roll it back to earlier this week when you posted a video of yourself speaking with the Registrar of Voters. He gave you, what did he give you? What kind of information did you get from him?
That at that time, you can register to vote online. So as much time as we spend on social media, you can go to the website, www.sdvote.com, register online.
www.sdvote.com. Online, people, y'all heard that here from JoAnn Fields.
Okay.
Not only that, but if you're not in San Diego and you're watching this, you can do the same thing in your city. Don't, there's no excuse anymore. Go ahead, you were saying.
So, but the online option has closed. So now you have to go in person, but it's still an option. So again, November 6th is the deadline. So Sunday has come and gone. We have Monday all day, Tuesday all day up until 8 o'clock. With that said, we have the option also to, if you have your vote by mail, you can drop it off so you don't have to pay for postage. You can exercise, there's a voting law so that you can notice your employer that you need some time off on Tuesday, that I need some time off to go vote. And you're not taking time off unpaid. It's paid.
2 hours of paid leave. Not out of your pocket, out of their pocket. They have to let you take those 2 hours and pay you while you go vote.
Yes. And but you have to give them notice. You can't just be like, I'm out for a couple hours.
Right.
You have to request the time off. But again, the option is there, and it's paid. That you don't have to take your vacation leave out of that. So again, we have options. We have provisional voting. So let's say that you live in the 4th district, but you might work in Mira Mesa. There's traffic. I can't get to the polls before 8 o'clock. You can ask for a provisional ballot and go to any polling site. Any polling site.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Any polling site.
Any polling site in the city of San Diego or in the county of San Diego. Why they want you to go to your polling site is because there may be different initiatives. or different municipal laws. So Chula Vista, of course, is different from San Diego. But again, you can get the ballot in the city of San Diego, and you can vote who you're going to vote for city council. We know the city council race is a hot race.
Hot race.
Yes, there is only a 6-vote margin that Monica Montgomery was ahead of the incumbent council president Myrtle Cole. That's six. That's a group of friends going out to happy hour, or let's go walk over to Starbucks.
Right.
I'm political. You know what? It's not just what you know, it's who you know.
Right. You may not be political, but I bet you pay rent. You may not be political, but I bet you know somebody. If you're in a community of color, you know somebody who has issues with their health, diabetes, kidney problems.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Come on.
There are politicians, elected officials that want to limit your health care.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If you have a pre-existing condition, they don't want to cover health care costs. But that's something you can't change.
Exactly.
You can't change that.
Just to clarify, people, if you have asthma and you go to the doctor to be treated for your asthma after you get your new insurance, your insurance won't cover your asthma after you get your new insurance, simply because it was a pre-existing condition, meaning it was a condition that you had before you got your insurance, which means you're going to end up having to pay for all your asthma medications, any doctor visits, and any emergency room visits out of pocket. So if you are not registered to vote right now, I hope this scares you into voting.
Yeah, and for me, I don't want to use scare tactics, but that could be one tactic. How about we're all taxpayers? Are you satisfied with your streets? Is there potholes? Is there graffiti that you think that needs to be taken care of? Who's supposed to take care of that? That's your city council person. So we're their bosses. They're not the boss of us. We hire them through our vote. So if you want to release that vote and let someone else vote for you, that's on you.
Right.
Don't complain.
Right.
I see so many of our brothers and sisters out there with candlelight vigil. Let's fundraise for burial. But why are we doing that? When we can try to prevent it? Let's intervene and prevent that. What do we need? We need jobs. We need access to quality health care, affordable housing. But how can we force that through if we don't participate in the process other than complaints?
Yeah, and I know you guys, it has about, 1.7 million views. The Christie Show, she just released a video, shut up and vote. Don't complain if you're not voting. Sit down, shut up, go to your little corner and let it be. I mean, and seriously, that I've had this dialogue with so many of my friends that don't vote. Like, don't complain to me about Donald Trump. Don't complain to me about your city council person because I know you didn't vote. It's very, very annoying. It's true.
Yeah.
We have the conversation.
Yes. I was like early in the morning. But again, we can change the narrative. If people just realize the power in their vote, again, there was only 6-vote margin for Southeast San Diego. There's another election going on in Chula Vista. If you look at the history of the last election, a seat was won with only 2 votes. 2 votes.
Man.
I would have a hard time sleeping losing by 2 votes.
Right.
Be like, one of my friends, 2 of my friends didn't vote. We got a problem, right?
Right.
But there are very close votes. There are landslides out there. But we really can make a difference. You know, I'm watching, we had that huge concert yesterday, right? We're wilding out at, what's that?
Viejas
Arena. All those folks, I'm like, did y'all register to vote?
Man,
because you can move who is representing in city council.
Exactly, and it's time for some change in the 4th district for sure. But the other elections that are coming up are equally as important as our local elections, are the senatorial elections. And
Yes.
all of these shifts,
Yes.
and it would change the dynamics of what's going on in the White House if we got the kind of change that we're looking for. So there are Senate seats up for grabs. So don't just vote in your local elections or on your propositions. Vote in the senatorial elections. Vote in anything that applies to you. Vote on it. And if you don't understand it, ask somebody who might. Look it up online. There's Google. You can Google something and learn about it. So, and if you have limited understanding, or you're taking someone who has limited understanding to vote, sit them down and explain to them why it's important for them to vote. The world is changing, and it's not changing in the favor of people of color if we don't vote. That this is our only hope.
But let's look at districts that did turn out the vote. There was a person, was that New York or Chicago? I think it was New York, where a new candidate unseated a Democrat representative in Congress. That's a major race. That takes millions of dollars to run a campaign. But she ran grassroots. And she won. She's a young person. So it's possible. So that's why I want to change the narrative and not complain of what we didn't do, what coulda, shoulda, woulda, because November 6th is where we turn it out. You can still go in, register to vote. 5600 Overland Avenue. The polls open at 7 in the morning. They close at 8. You can go in, use your right to take time off of work, paid leave, to go and register, and then vote the same day. So there really isn't any excuse other than you choose not to vote. And if you choose that, that's your vote. You let somebody else go dictate what's happening.
And if you choose not to vote, it's like casting a vote for the opposition. On top of, if you don't vote, shut up, please. Don't say anything to me or anybody else about what's going on or what the status quo is doing, because you would be out of line and out of order if you don't get up, get out, and vote. All right? Are we done?
All right. I think so.
All right.
Thank you very much, Pam and the Social Hour. I know we have our good friend CJ here. And so what's your topic? And then I'm going to scoop. There's a
Deep inside, you wanna cry.